Hello, my music-loving friends. This is the final video in the Theory Book 1 series. You should hang on to your theory book because we can always add to it and use it in your lessons, but this is the final video in the series, so everything else will be done in your lessons with this. Here's the final thing that we're adding. By the time you've gotten to this video, you are either about to start working on or are already working on a piece called Allegro. And in Allegro, we're doing some new bowing styles, so we need to add to this little booklet right here. If you are watching this video, you've either already started or you're about to start a piece called Allegro, and that has some new bowing styles, so we're going to update this booklet. So go ahead and open up your bowing styles booklet, and we're going to add the remaining 2 bowing styles that we do in this theory book. Now these 2 words that we're about to add are both French words, and so they have accents in them. I'll show you where that is. If you have started Allegro, I've already explained to you that we're playing with a big staccato bow stroke, and the actual term for that is Martelé. So let's spell it, and then I will describe further. Martelé is spelled M-A-R-T-E-L-E, and that last E gets an accent on it. All right. Now, how do you know if you're supposed to play Martelé? Well, if you see a dot, just like you do in staccato, you see a dot and, so write the word and. So you see a dot and a forte, just like we learned forte means loud. So if you see a dot and an F for forte, then you're supposed to be playing Martelé. And Martelé means hammered. All right, I've switched to a color. I want to make it fancy. So Martelé literally means hammered. So we're going to spell that together. H-A-M-M-E-R-E-D. Hammered. Now I'm going to add something to that. When you are playing Martelé, you know it says staccato and forte. By definition, you need to be using a really big bow. Let's say you're going to use your whole bow, and then we will clarify individually what that means for you in your lesson. So we're going to write a WB for whole bow, but we're also going to draw a stop sign. How do you draw a stop sign? You put a small line and a small line. You leave a little space and you put a small line and a small line, and then you connect them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's write the word stop in there. S-T-O-P. So Martelé means hammered. You'll see a dot and a forte. And you're using the whole bow all the way from here to here. Let's pretend like this is a string again. And you have to stop the bow in between. We will talk more about that in your lesson. The other kind of bow stroke in Allegro, and it's actually the most common one that you have used even without knowing it up to this point, is called Detaché. It's another French word. Let's spell it together. D-E-T-A-C-H-E. Detaché. We're not going to put a specific marking for that right now. You're basically doing détaché unless you're trying to do something else. It's a detached kind of bow stroke, but it's just detached by the fact that you're changing bow. Every time you change bow, dun, 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 there is a little bit of space between the notes unless you're trying really hard to make it smooth and connected. So here's how we're going to define that. I'm using my final color here. Détaché literally means detached. You can see they seem very much the same. This is the French word. The English word is D-E-T-A-C-H-E-D. We're going to put a little semicolon right here. So put a dot and a little ch like that. We're going to add a separate little thing. So it's detached, but there's less space. We said in staccato there's space between the notes. In Detache, there's less space. You're just moving your bow back and forth, and that naturally makes some space unless you're trying to connect it. So we're going to write less, L-E-S, S, and space, S, P, A, C, E. So well done getting to the final video in Theory Book 1. So you have all of these things, and if you're ever confused about how to do something, you should consult your theory book. You should also keep bringing it to your lessons until your teacher asks you to stop, so that you have it if you need it. See you around.